Howdy, welcome back to SlydeBytes. Just a quick little fun playing intro there. If you're not familiar with the channel, this is a budget guitar and gear review channel, and I had something kind of cool I wanted to do today. It's been on my mind, and I've noticed some people seem to be a little bit interested again. They seem to kind of come and go in waves. Like people will be really interested in these, and then they'll kind of go back into obscurity, and then back in popularity, back and forth a bit. I kind of want to talk about P90s today. So this is a PRS SC Soapbar 2, and it's an all mahogany guitar, set neck, really nice little guitar here. 24 and 3/4 scale length, so it does have mammoth linkage on here. It helps with string tension, keeps it in tune for me. Maybe that's excessive, but this guitar is in drop B flat or A sharp, one of my favorite tunings. I usually like tunings between drop A and drop B, or anywhere from drop B to drop A, I should say. This being directly in between those two. The drop B probably being my favorite more or less these days, with drop A and drop B flat being two of my favorites beyond that. Anyway, so I figured it would be kind of interesting, especially from someone who plays, a mix of different genres, to look at P90 pickups compared directly to Humbucker pickup. I have my Ibanez RG120, probably a basswood body, I'm gonna guess, maple neck, rosewood fretboard, 24 frets, 25.5 scale length, one string gauge lighter, but not a huge difference there really. You're really going to be hearing more or less of the pickups today, and that's what we're wanting to compare. Two guitars, same tuning, and two different styles of pickups. So these are, again, single coil P90 pickups, a little bit fatter than your traditional like Fender or Squier single coil pickups. A little bit fatter, I'd say a little bit gainier, but probably not nearly as fat necessarily as a humbucker, or as willing to drive your amp. Not as hot as humbuckers typically. Obviously there's exceptions to all these rules, but these are just kind of like a baseline to know. Again, both guitars are in drop B flat, A sharp, and so either way, you're really going to be focusing on the pickups. These both have three-way selector switches, so we're going to do clean on the neck, mid-gain, dirty on the middle position, and heavy gain, high gain on the lead position, bridge. And yeah, we're just going to go back and forth between each guitar. We're going to do a little bit side-to-side comparison on those, and yeah, again, we're really just going to be focusing on the pickups and how they sound individually on each guitar. Yeah. And we're going to use my Blackstar HT Club 40 Mark II on I have my own settings. We're not going to change settings between guitars or anything. It's all going to be the exact same. And yeah, we're just going to go back and forth. So here we go. Let's just go back to the PRS on the neck pickup, and yeah, let's just do some clean stuff. guys prefer. So it's kind of interesting to me, or at least what differences do you hear, even if you didn't prefer one or the other, one over the other, which I actually don't. What differences did you hear? You know, we're only really thinking about the pickups here. I know body construction, you know, bolt-on versus set neck and all that stuff could be, you know, maybe there's some differences there. Mahogany all body versus basswood and a maple neck and all that. You know, maybe that, I'm not going to get into the tone wood debate. There's obviously differences. The bridge on this has been, you know, shimmed, so it's basically a fixed bridge at this point too. Yeah, which one did you, thinking those, I think that kind of did a good example, in my opinion, of just demonstrating the differences between the pickups, and that's really all we're focusing on it today. This is still one of my favorite guitars, and this has been used for me making some of my original music. Even here more recently, I've used it on some of my stuff that I've made. I do like this guitar. I can do this really thrashy, nu metal-y kind of sound on it, but it's also really good for a post-grungy, a little bit not quite as I don't know how to explain it. It's just a different type of gain structure. Maybe a little less gain than metal, but more gain than rock. It's like a good post-grunge kind of guitar. I don't know how to explain it beyond that. But you can get it to drive into that nu metal territory. This guitar is very much just a shred metal machine, and it's very, very, you know, tight, aggressive, with a nice mix of, you know, highs, mids, and lows. This guitar is definitely more mid-pushed, which again is good for that kind of post-grungy. There's a cat. Hi, Gomez. Probably have not seen him since my first video on YouTube. Anyway, that's Gomez. Anyway, so this is one of those things where it's really going to come down to you. For cleans, I will say I think I actually preferred my PRS, the P90 tone. They got that smooth, thick, jazzy tone to them, which is really lovely and nice. But both guitars sound really good, but these get this nice jingly sparkle on the high end. That's really, really nice to hear. And the Ibanez is a little bit, I will say the cleans just didn't sound quite as good to me. But they still sounded good. There's just something about the P90s. For the mid-gain, kind of a toss-up. I like both. I think this sounded maybe a little bit more articulate, but this sounded just much more classic. So it's kind of hard to pick on that. And P90s, I mean, think about like Tony Iommi used, you know, P90s and Sabbath and things like that. So that's pretty cool. And you know, they can definitely do heavier and harder rock styles and things like that. The intro into metal and dark music. So I have a healthy respect for P90s, and I do actually really, I love them. I love that sound. For classic rock and that kind of tone, it's a toss-up. Think about how many tracks have been recorded, you know, with either of these types of pickups in that genre, that time period, and you know, it is genuinely a toss-up. And yeah, for high gain, I think if you're just a straight up metal player, you're probably going to prefer the humbuckers. If you're like me and you like just having, you know, you like something different, you like being able to skirt that line between, you know, grunge and post-grunge and nu metal, that kind of stuff, maybe these would be okay for you. I think System of a Down, I think their guitars use P90s too for some of their tracks, and again, it's just that wild, untamed sound that P90s have. It's just something different. It's really cool, and again, it fits well in that nu metal and post-grunge kind of territory. They are noisy, so that's something you're going to have to kind of plan around and think about. But in general, you know, a noise gate, whatever you need to do to kind of cut some of that noise. Yeah, I really like both. For me, I love both. I think Gomez seems to be the favorite. Like he's looking at the Ibanez, so I guess Gomez picks the Ibanez. Either way, you're not going wrong, whichever one you prefer. And honestly, I don't really prefer one or the other. I just prefer them for different styles of music, and that's really all it comes down to for me. I'm glad I have both of these guitars in my inventory, and I will always have both of these guitars in my inventory. And yeah, they're gonna stick around. So anyway, thanks for watching SlydeBytes. I appreciate all of you keep coming back. I hope this video was fun and informative for any individuals out there kind of torn between, you know, what do I want, what do I need, what do I pick, what do they sound different, what is the main difference. Hope you can hear some of that, and you know, yeah, maybe you'll end up with both like me and just love both, because that's really where I'm at. Anyway, if you like what I'm doing, you know, if you feel like I've earned it, you might click like and maybe subscribe to the channel. It does go a long way to helping this little guitar channel grow. Otherwise, if you like the way I play, you like my music or talents, if you think I have any at all, you might check me out on TikTok and Instagram. I post a lot of original music and write my own guitar riffs and everything over there. Yeah, guys, I don't really have anything else for you. Check back soon. Keep shredding, partners. More content is always in the works. Thanks again.